Is this one? Okay, I showcased this one in a previous video. This is Han Solo from the Yavin ceremony, where he has the he's been awarded his medallion for helping to destroy the first Death Star, save the Rebel Alliance. This is the same figure I showcased in an earlier video, and I did luckily find another variation, I found another of them at a local Walmart, and went ahead and bought him and opened him up. He does come with the standard blaster, as you can see up in the corner there. And I went ahead and put the other one away, so I'm not going to worry about showing it off that much. He does have nice posability. The medallion does come off, but stays around his neck pretty nicely, so I can just go ahead and leave it with the figure. This figure, I guess, has been said that he's a big-headed Han Solo. He kind of does have the big head on him. The vintage version of the original Han Solo had two versions, and one come out with a big head, and it looked a little like Elvis Presley, and they called it the Elvis Han Solo. And I had both versions at one time when I was younger. Pretty nice sculpting. The face could be better, but not too bad. It looks kind of like he looks a little grouchy in the. It kind of looks a little like the smirk that you see him in there in the picture, but not as much. He just looks kind of grouchy. But anyways, I went ahead and got another of him, and I might get a couple more loose figures, but just a few that I'm just find them locally. I'm getting kind of tired of paying $20 to $30 a figure for these and only finding them online. So I think it's time to stop and just enjoy what I've got. Now I also have a few books here, and I just got these. This is the Star Wars Visual Dictionary for all 6 of the movies. As you see, Yoda's on there from Episode 2. And I got the Star Wars poster book. This is by Steven Sansweet, who's one of the biggest collectors of Star Wars memorabilia and basically in the world. He has a warehouse of Star Wars stuff, that his private collection. This has many, probably almost all the posters that you can see, that came out over the last 3 decades. Remember, Star Wars did come out in 1977. Some of the stuff actually came out in 1976 as precursors, including a book and the comics, which this is actually a art piece from one of the comics, or at least it's similar to it. And you can see it's got many of the earlier posters. There's even, if you look close enough, there's even posters showcased in here that are in different languages, like Italian. And I think I saw one in Japanese. Let me find it here real quick. Yeah, here's more Italian. No, this is German here. I'm sorry. Yeah, these are German. And I got one here. Let me find the one in Japanese. Here it is. Here's one in Japanese. But as you can see, this book. Let me focus on that for a moment. As you can see, this book has a lot of posters in it from all the original trilogy. Many posters. It would cost so much to try to find these and actually acquire all of them, so this is a much better way of being able to check them out. I had a couple of these. I had this one back in the when I was a kid. I lost it. It happens. You lose a few things here and there. Got some wonderful posters here that are a showcase. It does show some from the newer movies too. Let's see if I can find a couple. Okay, yeah, there's some where it's Jango Fett. I'm not even sure what language this is. It looks German again. Yeah, well, it look German or European. Oh wow, there are all kinds of interesting ones here. Yeah, I haven't even looked through this myself. There's one where they were kind of showcasing Disney magic. Disney's gotten involved with the Star Wars universe. There's Episode 1. There's more of them. All kinds of stuff here. Memorabilia. Okay, a lot of these posters either had something to do with movie releases of the movies, or different events that came out that were Star Wars related, or they had something to do with, they were sold as posters themselves, or they showcased public service announcements, or merchandising that came out, as you can see, like this one does. This one says it comes with a Kids Club meal. I think it's a Burger King ad. Star Wars basically started the whole merchandising explosion that you see now in so many different toy lines and everything else, from Power Rangers to Pokemon to everything else. It all started with Star Wars back in the 70s and 80s. I don't know how many of you watching this video are aware of this, but if you grew up during the 70s and 80s and you were geeky like me, you knew about it. This is a really nice book too. Very heavy. This visual dictionary showcases photos and screenshots and all kinds of neat studio photos of many of the props, the actors, the characters from all the different movies. We can just fast forward there really quick. It's Darth Maul. It tells a lot about these and a lot of information, stuff I didn't know, and I've been researching a lot of Star Wars ever since I was a kid. There's episode 2. Go jump to episode 3. You can see Obi-Wan and his steed. So go up to episode 4, which is the original. It goes to the classic trilogy. You see the Cantina members and many props here. All kinds of. If you want to know a lot about it, you see they get all kinds of neat little information here. This can go on for. You can read through this thing for quite a while. There's a big picture of Chewbacca there, and it goes on. There's R2-D2. There's even an exploded. If I can find this quick enough, there's an exploded. There's many of the pilots that served in the rebellion. Some more characters from Empire Strikes Back. There's Vader. This can go on for a while here. There's a stormtrooper. It affected an entire section just on stormtroopers. That I thought was neat. It's a very detailed image of what the inside of the helmet supposedly looks like. I don't know, when you have people that cosplay these and they build their own, I don't know if theirs is as detailed as this, but it's probably pretty close. And you have different types of pilots. There's an exploded, if I can find it here really quick. Yeah, there's an exploded diagram of the Sarlacc from Return of the Jedi. Robot Chicken actually got this down pretty good. They had a skit where Boba Fett fell inside of her and it was talking to one of the skiff guards, and it kind of looked a little bit like this, and they had a pretty good they said in their background that they had to do a little bit of research on what it would look like in there, and they got the walls pretty good. So if any of you have seen that Robot Chicken skit, you probably recognize all the looks from there. There's Boba Fett himself, whole entire little section on him. And they got some of the other characters, Sand People and the Jawas, the Ewoks. Let's see, and some of the droids. But I'll go ahead and wrap up with these. These are kind of expensive. There's an exploded diagram of R2-D2, as you can see in there. I'm going to honestly say that I've had a few thoughts of my own. I've had some fun collecting these, and I've collected trading cards, of which I got over almost 1,000 of those. I've got almost 500 action figures that are loose, and probably about 40 or 45 carded ones. And I've got a lot of this tiny ships, and I've got all kinds of miscellaneous stuff, and it's been very fun. I've been collecting these for almost 30 years now myself. A couple of breaks there while I went to college and did some other things. But I got back into this after college and kept collecting for a long time there, for about 15 years. And it'll be nice to wrap this up. And I've been checking out other people's collections online, and I really like what I see out here. This franchise will go on for a long time. But I'm going to wrap mine up here, and I'm going to wrap up this video, and I thank you all for watching this. And I know these aren't as interesting as my video tributes, but these are just as important to me as the video tributes are, for different reasons. I'm both an artist and a collector. This is Wario7793. I'll showcase some more videos later on as I find new stuff to share with my friends on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching this.